Hi, everybody. Welcome. How are you? It is around 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm between tasks right now. But I did notice that Chantal did a new video called Preparing to Fly 13 Hours. So she is definitely going back. But I knew she was going to go back because of all the hints she was dropping. Plus, recently she went on a little shopping haul and she got like a traveler luggage type situation. So, like, why would you buy something like that unless you were preparing to go on a trip? So, she was talking about different things in the video, and I want to react to it. Before we begin, though, can I just say something? I think I can say something because it's my channel, but I wanted to give my thoughts on everything going on here. Having been someone that I've been reacting to Chantal for a long time, some of the material that I react to with Chantal can be very lighthearted and appropriate for YouTube. And then there's other material that is just, it's really, really dark. It's really, really disturbing. And in those moments, that's when it's really hard to react to. Example, the whole thing during the Natter arc, talking about DV and SA, that was really, really hard for me. And I'm sure it was really, really hard for a lot of other people. One of the things that Chantal doesn't understand or doesn't want to understand is that certain topics on YouTube, it's triggering for other people. In her eyes, she's just doing content, but people watching it, people listening to it, they can be disturbed, upset, and sometimes triggered. Also, certain topics I feel are just not really appropriate for YouTube. People come to YouTube to be entertained. Certain fetishes and interests are best left off of YouTube. And yet, when you're a reactor to Chantal, if she's talking about certain things or certain things are brought up and they're on the table, there's really no way to get around it. You have to discuss it. So, the subject of Salah's interests in scat, that is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. They don't want to discuss. It's not their fetish. It's not their interest. And yet, here it is on the table. How do you get around it? I wish that I didn't have to talk about those things because it's revolting to a lot of people. So, for those of you that watch my reacts, if that subject comes up and it's disgusting to you, if it's revolting, I apologize. I certainly don't want to talk about it. I wish we didn't have to talk about it, but it's on the table. So what can we do? It's kind of an adult topic. So I wish that it weren't on YouTube because YouTube is a place for children and adults. And something like this really shouldn't be on a forum where children might have access to it or they could listen to it. But again, here we are with Chantal. Like, adult stuff keeps being brought up on her channel. So I'm just here to react. But anyway, you guys really know my thoughts. Just some things I wish that were not here that are here at the present moment. And all that we reactors can do is just make lighthearted jokes about it. And so we do. So with that said, I did look on Twitter, nothing of interest on Twitter that I could add to this video, at least of yet. If there's anything else, I'll include it in the next react. But we're going to go straight to the video. So let me just go ahead and pull that up. And I will just share my thoughts with you as we go. Wait, what? Okay, for those that have not been around for a long time, like they're saying, whose dog is this? This is Chantal's mom's dog, Buster. And why do we love Buster? Because Buster hates Chantal. That dog has never, ever liked her. Anytime she gets near him, he growls at her. Buster knows what's up. He doesn't like Chantal. And you have to wonder, what did she do to that poor dog to where he doesn't like her so much? Did she do something? Is it her presence? Is it her smell? What is it about Chantal that this dog is like, don't come near me. Don't touch me. Just keep away. I mean, animals are famous for basically sniffing out bad people. Like they can animals that they have their instinct, their animal instincts. So animals can pick up when there's some bad energy somewhere. And apparently Buster is very aware of Chantal. So yes, this is Buster. This is Chantal's mom's dog, and we love him in Girl World because he feels the same way we do.
This little guy woke me up today, right? Yes, you were crying. And you wanted me to lift you in my bed.
I seriously doubt that. But thank you for confirming that you were staying with your mom, Chantal. I mean, we love two things about you: the fact that you lie and the fact that you tell on yourself, and you're telling on yourself right now. You've been staying at your mom's the whole time. Is that the reason why during the daytime you have to get out of the house? Maybe because mom has to work and you're not allowed to stay there and raid the pantry and raid the fridge and make a mess and stream from the house? Is that the reason why you're going back to Kuwait? Because you don't have a home? You keep giving up your money to Salah and Nader, and it's just cheaper for you to go back to Kuwait versus save money and get your own place in Canada, which would require a first and last month security deposit, all that jazz. And with your bankruptcy, it's going to be very, very difficult to get a place of your own. But you've been staying with mom, huh? I guess you can't stay there for the next several months, so you have to go back.
Yes, you did. Does that mean you're starting to like me?
Chantal, listen, if that dog liked you, he'd be in bed next to you. But look at him. He's across the room. He's across the room. Every shot he's Look at Buster. He's giving her the bombastic side eye. You better not come near me, woman. Get her, Buster. Get her.
Buster, I like your winter jacket. You look like Liberace. This was a gift. It's a purse. And this is a Jessica Simpson wallet. Yeah. The inside has like a print. It's so cool. Then most exciting, I got some matching Skechers, me and my mom. My mom and I. Oh, mine are on the ground already. Now these are wide width, size 8.5.
Chantal, nobody cares about your gifts. And thinking about the gifts that we know about from your family, let's go over what we know about. You got a bunch of gift cards for food for Starbucks. You got a pair of shoes, and you got like a travel piece of luggage, like a satchel. Sounds like this is like a hint from your family to get out of their house and go travel or go do something, because all the gifts revolve around you doing something else besides staying there. They gave you gift cards for food because they know you like to eat, getting you a pair of shoes so you can walk yourself right out of that house and maybe get on a plane or go elsewhere. They're giving you subtle hints to go away. And it's so sad that you've got all kinds of money and you're over there having your mom buy you shoes, bro. Like, she probably took one look at those Skechers and said, man, those things are worn out. Not even buying your own doggone shoes. You have a mommy buy your shoes.
And I take usually an 8. There's a little toe room, but that's fine because, my feet swell sometimes, especially traveling and things. And they're very light. I'm like, is there anything in the box? So these are mine. I call this girl dinner.
Wait, I thought she wasn't going to have Hamburger Helper anymore. That looked like Hamburger Helper. Didn't she? She was done with Hamburger Helper. That looked like Hamburger Helper out of a box to me.
Hi. I'm coming at you from my car, which is almost broken down. I look like Buzz Lightyear, don't I?
So I guess the Kia did not get its $1,500 worth of repairs done, did it? Didn't she say the Kia needed that much? But there was never any mention of the Kia actually receiving those repairs. Maybe you're too busy giving money to Natter and Salah and you were broke, girl.
I've just been wearing my undercaps. I don't feel like wearing a hijab. And I have toothpaste mouth. You know that situation where you brush your teeth, you use mouthwash, all that stuff. You do your oral care, okay? And then what happens is you forget to drink water after, and then you get that like toothpaste pasty mouth.
Ma'am, I seriously doubt you brush your teeth. People who brush their teeth, they just brush their teeth. They don't make a big deal of it. I brush my teeth. I don't brag about it. It's just something that I do. But I guess for you, it's such an extraordinary event. You have to mention it to your beezers.
And it's like minty, but also bad breathy. Gross.
Wait, what? Huh? So you brush your teeth and that gives you bad breath? That doesn't even make sense at all. How can you brush your teeth and even if you have a little bit of toothpaste in your mouth, that's going to lead to bad breath? Huh? I'm confused. Let's keep going.
I got some better, more expensive tooth care products. No, they're not more expensive. But they're better, apparently. I think so. So, yeah. Anyways, my teeth are not perfect, but they're mine, and I love them. So, I'm not getting veneers. Have you seen what happens to your teeth if you get veneers? Like, I think I saw a TikTok.
Ma'am, have you seen what happens to your teeth when you don't brush them for a long time or take care of them a long time? They rot right out of your head. And they also could lead to getting abscessed teeth. Can lead to a lot of serious problems of which you don't care. Veneers are expensive, but dental care it's priority. It should be a priority for you since you love to eat so much. How are you going to eat if your teeth are rotting or they rot right out of your head? Speaking of which, on that note, y'all, I'm just giving you a warning right here. Listen, in all seriousness, we've seen Chantal with her mukbangs, the tremendous amount of food that she can put away, eating portions equal to, say, 4 people. I'm giving a heads up and I'm giving a word of warning to everybody who watches her content. Chantal has said that she eats her feelings, did she not? She also has an out of control BED. I'm warning all of you right now, right here, that 2023 was the year of large mukbangs, and 2024 is going to be the year of larger mukbangs. The portions that we saw her eat this past year, it's going to be nothing compared to what we're going to see her eat this year. It's going to be completely out of control. Considering how stressful things are going to be between her and Salah, with her controlling him, being insecure and jealous and not leaving him alone. And if he tries to leave her for 5 minutes, her flipping out and him being stressed out because of that, she's going to be so stressed, she's going to eat even more. Stress is something that will make you go overboard in a hurry. The more stressed out you are, the more you're going to eat. So I'm just letting y'all know, those mukbangs we saw are going to look like a snack compared to what's coming. It's going to get bad, and it's going to get bad real fast.
Talk of Tana Mongeau, and she was talking. This is horrifying. Her tooth flew out, and it was like a skinny tooth underneath, like a little skinny tooth. And I didn't know that they ruin your teeth, your real teeth. That's crazy. No. Anyway, I guess this is one of my last days in Canada, and that feeling makes me happier. Nothing
like her leaving this quickly, it pretty much confirms that she was waiting until the 1st to leave. Because now that it's the 1st, if she is a Canadian and She can leave and be gone for 6 months and still keep her health care. This resets the clock. She was waiting until the first to get back to Kuwait. All this was a visa run. And for her to go back to Canada and eat all the food she'd been missing in Kuwait. So indulging in all the food, indulging in maybe some party favors, and waiting for the clock to reset.
Against Canada as a country, this is all my own problem. These are all my own problems. And I realized that a little while ago when I was like, why do I hate coming to Canada? It's not Canada. It's me.
No, it's you.
But there are some societal things. Obviously, no country is perfect that I have issue with, which I'm sure every citizen does.
Chantal, every place you go, you're unhappy. You're unhappy in Canada. You're unhappy in Kuwait. You're unhappy in Thailand. You were unhappy in Cuba. You've been to vastly different places. Not a single one of them brought you bliss or happiness. You want to know why? Because wherever you go, there you are. And if you got problems inside of your head or inside of your heart, you take them with you. They're not left behind. We all know about the infamous Cuba rage. You were in Cuba, beautiful place, beautiful people, a chance to see new things. Did you do that? No, you basically stayed in your room and you were raging about natter, drinking, staying near the buffet. Kuwait, no amount of happiness there. You gained over 100 pounds. Every place you go, you're not happy. Trying to go to different places to escape you, and you always shows up there.
You know, I have to get back home, and when I get there, I am going to literally have a tea party with my animals. Anyway, right now, before I babble on more, I'm just going to go for some lunch.
You know, Chantal, there's a common joke now, and you made it happen, like of the backup meals and the backup sandwiches. Well, it seems like Salah also has a backup. He's got several backups. He's got backup phones, backup accounts. So it seems like both of you subscribe to having backup things. It's just that your things are food and his things are not food. What are you gonna do when he has a backup phone and backup Instagram accounts and backup accounts all over the place where he's talking to people? Girl, guaranteed he's got a second, third, and fourth phone with accounts to match. So even if you sit at the house and hold him hostage where he can't go anywhere because of your love of food, he's going to have to go out and get the food and get the supplies and get some fresh air. And you're not going to be able to stop him from doing what he wants to do. Unless, of course, you plan on going with him everywhere he goes, at which point there's going to be a total meltdown between the two of you because he is not going to put up with that. I know that you're going to back to Kuwait thinking that you're in control. Like he's told you, yeah, you can have control, Chantal. He's saying that to placate you, to make you feel better, to make you feel like you're in control. Maybe you might go back to Kuwait and threaten him the way that you threatened Nader. You know, because Dee Dee was with Nader and you wanted them apart, you threatened to put him in jail with allegations. So maybe you might go back to Kuwait and hold the fact that he has all those texts and video clips over his head and tell him, if you give me any trouble, I can go to the cops with this, because what's going on here, that could mean a $5,000 Kuwaiti dinar fine, and it's a jailable offense. Do you want to go to jail? You know, maybe you might try to hold that over his head. But as much as you try to be in control of him, it can switch around the other way. Because I got a feeling that the more you try to control him, the more he's going to be resentful and angry. And the control is going to flip in his direction. Because you don't have any other options as far as partners. You cannot truthfully look at Salah and say, Well, if you're not here, I've got somebody else that I could talk to. There's nobody else in the picture that wants you, that loves you. On the other hand, Salah being a younger man, you already know that there are women that want to talk to him, and he might throw that in your face. So it's going to start out with you thinking that you're in control. But if you make him angry, or maybe if he's feeling himself, he can look at you and say, well, I can have another you in a minute. And then you're going to feel insecure and jealous, and you'll give him whatever he wants just to keep him around because you don't have any other options.
Watched a dog chase a goose, but the goose was flying. Haha. All right, so I'll see you guys at lunch. So I ordered paneer makhani from
Paneer, we're eating paneer again. And lovely amount of rice you got there, Chantal, and the bread. What happened to having just like a cup of soup? You made a point to show us yourself eating homemade soup or soup. So it went from you showing us cups of soup to just straight up paneer, which has a lot of cheese in it, which you don't need, and a bunch of rice. What happened to all of your medications, the metformin? I guess you're not taking it anymore, because I've heard that when you take things like metformin, uh, you get a very upset tummy and diarrhea if you eat things you're not supposed to eat. And here you are eating a bunch of carbs and paneer, which may have the cheese in it. Like, you're setting yourself up. You're eating all this. Girl, what? You're talking about flying out for 13 hours. Yeah, you're supposed to be taking that you know you're not supposed to have, which is going to lead to an upset stomach. Is it a good idea to have an upset stomach on a 13-hour flight? Come on now.
Family Corner in Cornwall. You have to eat here if you love Indian food. It was amazing, and the naan was so fresh and delicious.
Like I said, y'all, the food that we're seeing her eat right now will be nothing compared to what's going to be happening when she gets back there. If you have a BED, there's nothing like stress to make you eat and eat out of control. She's going to go downhill real fast. And not because I'm wishing it upon her, because it is what it is. There's nothing that anybody can do to stop her. She's got to stop herself.
All right, coming to one of my favorite places here. They have the Elena night here, but I don't think I'm gonna go. It's really freezing and cold. Too cold to walk around today.
You know, Chantal is planning on going back to Kuwait really, really soon. This might be her last chance for quite a while to see whatever it is she wants to see in Canada. But yet, all we've seen since she's been back is like deserted places, like empty roads and all of that. Like, no bright lights of the cities, nothing. Like, just completely deserted places. If you're going somewhere and you're not going to see home in a while, wouldn't you want to see and experience everything you could, so that when you go back to another country that is not your home country, you won't miss it so much? It's so sad to me, Chantal, that Canada is your home. Canada is beautiful. There's so much to see. It is enormous. Yet you keep picking these little out of the way, nobody will see me places to put on your vlogs.
I just like coming here and driving around. was attacked by baby ducks here. If you should go skating on the thin ice of something life. Pink Floyd song. There's the battle hill I used to go up.
This is lazy driving footage, Chantal. Lazy. And what's really sad is knowing that she came home from Kuwait to Canada and she had the chance to make amazing content. Ditto that, like, she's been in some great places where she could have made amazing content in any one of those places. She's been to Cuba, no amazing footage there. She's been to Kuwait, no amazing footage there. Canada, no amazing footage there. Thailand, no amazing footage from that place. 4 places. Each one of them could have had unique footage, awesome footage, so many things. And she's not long for Kuwait, like she's almost there. She should be running around getting all kinds of footage of Canada before she goes back. And this is it. Giving us the most boring content. And she says, all you guys want from me is drama and hate and rages. Well, Chantal, without the drama, without the hate and the rages, why would people watch? I mean, you have plenty of chances to show us something different. You've been to some amazing places and not making the most of it. You're in Canada right now and you're showing us a deserted road and not giving any color commentary for it. And we know when you go back to Kuwait, you're going to be in that villa or maybe a different one, just sitting down, doing your mukbangs. I mean, there might be a chance of something interesting considering all the stress that there's going to be in the house. We might get some rages. We might get some meltdowns from that because, you know, the tension in the air is going to be so thick, you can slice it with a knife. Salah might play at being a good boy for a while. But considering her insecurity and jealousy, that peace will not last long.
Why is my phone grainy? Sorry for the quality. My phone is not good in low light. Anyway, I'm just gonna chill out here for a little while, you know. Do some editing. I like driving to these locations and do editing. So the next clip I'm gonna show you is Julia. How she's doing.
No, I have a question, Chantal. Why do you have to do your editing in the car? Can you not sit at your mom's house and edit on your phone? Because you do everything off your phone. Why can't you edit back at mom's house? I'm seriously wondering if there's like a curfew type situation where you can only stay there for so long and for certain things. And maybe that's another reason why you're going back to Kuwait as fast as you can, because you don't have anywhere else to go in Canada and no money to get there. So the only possible home that you have is over there.
Right now with her cat dad and just a bit of her routine, her care routine. She goes for a blowout every once in a while. No, and no, she gets her nails cut and they like groom her and put some nice cat fragrance on her. I don't know. Anyway, so here you go. Enjoy.
Wait a minute. Why are we seeing this? This is lazy. It's supposed to be about her, but let's do some cat deflection. Why do we need this? Why do we need to see this? Again, making a big deal over something that people just do. Lots of people have pets and just care for their pets, but they don't make it into content. She's so desperate for content. I mean, I'm glad that Julia is getting cared for and Harry the hamster. If they're both getting cared for, I'm happy about that. But why put it in this last vlog when you're in Canada? You're not even in Kuwait with Julia. This is not you doing something for Julia. This is somebody else doing something for Julia. So you're not really showing yourself as a responsible pet owner when somebody else is doing the things that really you should be doing, but you can't do. I'm really glad though if she's going to get groomed because she did have severe mats all over her, which is Chantal's fault because she's got nothing to do all day except be on her phone. Does it really take that long to brush out your cat? Or if they have a slight mat to work it out to where it doesn't become a severe problem? I am happy about that. I'm happy to see that she's getting her nails trimmed. I'm happy about that. But see how simple this is, Chantal? Somebody going and just clipping the nails. Why couldn't you do this for BBJ? I'm sorry, I can't help but think of poor little BBJ. Like this whole procedure of a cat's nails being clipped, it's so simple, it's so easy, it doesn't cost that much. Why couldn't you do this for little BBJ? No, you let her nails grow into her foot pads twice. You suck, Chantal.
And this, guys, is why we don't cut her nails. She was getting a little bitey here. LOL at the princess cat on the bag of cat food. And she'll need some butchers, of course, her favorite wet food. And her favorite creamy, fishy snacks. All of these will end up under the blue couch, but for the time being, cat toys. And we can't forget Howie. He needs some corn to stuff in his cheeks.
This you know what, Chantal, this vlog of sorts was like only 11 minutes. So you talk for just a few minutes and the rest is your pets? Well, of course you'd have to monetize it. That's why you did it. You want to make it just long enough to get monetized. But this is why your views suck. Without the drama, without the rages, this is why your views suck. You put the focus on everything else but you. If you're not being dramatic, if you're not raging, if there's not something shocking or disgusting going on, you don't know what to do. So look at the cats, look at the hamster. Let's talk about the reactors. You don't know what to do to bring the attention to yourself, to involve yourself. It's always like, look over here, look over here.
Julia, you were such a good girl. And mommy,
you know what? I'm done with this. Okay, are we done with that? Are we almost through? Thank you.
Cannot wait to hug you and kiss you and see you again. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna veg out, and this is my last days here in Canada right now. For now, and inshallah the trip goes well. I actually bought some compression stockings, the men's ones, just because they had like weird colors for women. I just want black, so this is moderate compression. So I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully they help. But extra large compression stockings, because last time I did this trip, it's like 13 hours on the plane, okay? Direct flight, like 13 hours straight. And then I have to transfer for like another hour from wherever I am to Kuwait usually. So So last time I was, I arrived, my legs were swollen so bad.
Well, Chantal, if you're on a long flight, they do encourage people to stand up and walk around a little bit if you need to. The thing is, you don't want to because you don't want people looking at you, but that's why you do that. That if you start to feel like, your butt's falling asleep, your legs are falling asleep, you start to be in pain, walk around for a few minutes, but you never do. That's probably why your legs were swollen.
My legs were swollen so bad for like 2 days because I didn't have compression stockings. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it. I'm just gonna relax here for a while, do some editing, and I will vlog my journey home whenever it happens. I still have a little bit of time here, but we're in the last bit, like, last week of being in Canada. So
I think Chantal's leaving sooner than a week. I mean, everything I've seen so far, like she's gearing up to leave very soon. I would say within a few days. Like she made a point to go to a store and get like a little travel bag to put her stuff in. Her mom went out and got her some new Skechers, uh, a whole bunch of gift cards to eat on. I mean, everything points in the way of traveling really, really soon. All of her gifts and all of the things that she has been buying points to travel. The earbuds, all of it. She's going to be leaving sooner than a week, I think.
um yeah, I'm just excited to get home. I don't know.
Well, I seriously doubt Salah is excited for you to come home. I mean, you did warn him. You told him, look, when I come home, it's on. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You're not allowed to talk to anybody. He's going to be under constant supervision. He's going to be a prisoner in his own home, or I should say, your home because you're paying the rent. But still, he won't be able to do anything. He will be able to go to the toilet without you having the door open, watching him. You'll be watching him like a hawk. And that's going to be a recipe for disaster for you both. You're going there thinking that you're going to be in full control, but nobody ever liked to be controlled. Okay? Everybody likes to have their freedom. You're going to be taking his 100% away. In the past, he was able to deal with you better and longer because he had a little bit of freedom to go talk with the family, spend time with the friends. He won't even have that anymore. Both of you are going to mentally, emotionally break and be constantly fighting and arguing. But just know this, Chantal, I will not feel sorry for either one of you because both of you could have cut this off a long, long time ago. But you never did. He never cut it off because he was greedy and lazy. And you didn't cut it off because you wanted to have your ego fed. So you offered more money and you offered up gifts to keep this thing going. But the longer it goes, the worse it's going to get for the both of you. And you're in a place right now where you're so unhealthy that you know you should stay in Canada and take care of it. But all you could think about is maintaining your YouTube persona image and saving face. You don't want to face YouTube and the people on YouTube and say, I don't have a husband anymore. You want to keep him around, even though we know what we know about Salah, and he doesn't look like a good guy. And he doesn't look like he's good for you, nor you for him. So the face has already been broken. Like this, you're not going to look good staying with him. You're going to look stupid. Very, very stupid. We all know he's a runaround. And maybe that's what you deserve because you are deathly afraid of somebody doing to you what you've done to others. If you cheat on people, you deserve to be cheated on. And you've cheated on at least 2 men in your life. So isn't it appropriate that you're being cheated on now? Maybe that's karma giving you a good smack on the bottom and saying, see, that's why you don't do things like that. What you send out into the universe will always come back to you. And I'm just here to react. And I'm here to watch the show and comment on the show. But like I said earlier, given the fact that it's YouTube, and YouTube is not a place for adult things, especially of a darker nature. I really, really wish this whole talk of Salah's interests didn't have to be here, because you know a lot of people just they're not comfortable with the subject, and I can understand why. But in the meantime, we'll just make our jokes about it, trying to keep it lighthearted to where it's not so revolting for people. But I can't wait to see the fireworks when you go back over there and the fighting begins. We're going to get rages galore. So I'm here for it. So let's see what else we got.
Just, yeah, over it already. I did enjoy my time here, though.
No, you didn't. You absolutely didn't. You were bored out of your mind. You enjoyed being in Canada and eating the food that you were missing, but that was pretty much it. If you weren't eating, you were bored. Like, what do I do now? Where do I go? Because you didn't have a home base to do your live chats from. You were very limited because staying with mom and under mom's rule. That's why you're in a hot fire hurry to go back over there, because you don't have a home in your home country.
Holidays, I enjoyed seeing my family. I enjoyed a lot, you know.
I seriously doubt they enjoyed seeing you. And maybe the reason why you're going back is because your time in Canada is less than pleasant because you can't do what you want.
But all in all, I just want to go back to Kuwait. So, anyways.
Yeah, well, you know what? You think your time in Canada is bad. Wait till you go back. I'm telling you guys, it's in some respects, it's going to be bad. Reaction wise, it's going to be good. We're going to get some fireworks. Is she going to give us the same boring mukbangs? Of course she is. But you got to know that tension is going to make for some spicy content.
All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? We'll see. We will see. All right, guys. I know it's kind of a shorter one, but hey, it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed that react. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Would love to hear from you guys. And tomorrow's my birthday. So we'll see what we see on my birthday, won't we? All right. I'm out of here, and I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.